Alrighty, so I don't know if my setup is all clear now. I am super in a bumble right now. So I see some few people already watching. And so, hi everyone. I can give some few minutes to get for people to come in. I am in my spectacular room. I was in the office all day actually. It was not the best because it's extremely sunny. So I'm very unfortunate. I pick a day that's really sunny. I did not predict that it was going to be this way. I really believed it was going to be cloudy and really, really ugly. And so this, and that kind of gave people excuse to actually come inside and stay indoors. But it's not. It's like a really nice day. So I don't expect a lot of people to show up because of the great weather, but we're still gonna go for it. And we're gonna get started. I don't expect today to have a really, really, really long presentation or a really long webinar workshop. Primarily today is very informative, really casual. I see some people as well. Let me see. Actually, let me double check if I'm recording this. Oh, it is recording. Actually, it's already recording. So, the thing is that I will talk a little bit about marketing and AI. And I know a lot of people keep hearing AI, and I really wanted to share some stuff based on marketing. I think we hear a lot of AI mostly in tech businesses that they're creating some kind of crazy software or robot and stuff. And people are really scared. I don't know if you're not in tech, maybe a lot of it might seem like it's something extreme, but it's really not. I really want to let people know that AI has actually been existing for so long. It has been here forever. For example, you're probably already using it, you didn't even know. Most infinite places that you probably don't know AI is working is probably like if you have a smart car that's actually has AI built features in there already a long time ago. You know, when you see the sensory lights and so on on your blind side, that's actually one part of AI. But we'll talk a little bit more about how some functions of AI, and I'm just going to talk about the basics. We're not going to go too deep into this. We're not going to expect people to be super, super. Oh, hi, Arjun. Dope. Hi, Arjun. Sit back and relax. Like, this is going to be recorded. I have few people too that we submitted. So you feel free to have a piece of paper to write about stuff, chill and relax. It's really low key. I actually have several classes already previously from other partnerships that I do AI and marketing. I say marketing because that's what I do. I'm a marketer. But, anyways, for those who are starting out here, just learning about AI, or those who are already an expert like Arjun, there's no need to there's no need to go so crazy. This is not going to be so an advanced class, and we're not. There's no going to be no coding, no random tech stuff. There's any of that. So let's get started. I have actually my presentation called Leveraging AI in Marketing. So those who know me and those who have known me in person, so most people here sign up have known me once or something, found me somewhere in person, or I don't know, found me somewhere through online sources. But today is going to be all about leveraging AI. I actually have a prototype gal, and you guys can also use this feature actually to make your own AI girl. I don't know if you guys have been actually let me click this one. I don't know if you guys have seen these AI girls, but you can create like any custom person on there, and that's pretty much what I did today. This gal is let me just how can I add this one? Put in spotlight. All right. This gal right here, she's fun. Her name is Emma. And you can create an AI girl or any kind of professional. As you can see, I still have the copyright on here because I haven't bought her yet. So, but she's just going to say an introduction to my event because she was fun. And she real cute as well. She's multicultural and multilingual. So I decided to add some really nice features.
Hi, friend. Welcome to Leveraging AI in Marketing Workshop by ThinkJoy Media. We are excited to have you here.
That's just something I know I was being a little extra, but the primarily fact is that you can actually use this is called a software called DIID. You can use them for free and create your AI character. I use AI presentation or characters when I'm actually not around. When some presentations, people can just use it and have it running in the background, anyways. But I don't want to go too deep into that. But let's start out a little bit more about. Let's see. We're going to start a little bit more about. Ooh, my presentation is lacking right now. Okay. Remove from spot. There you go. Finally. Okay, so we're going to talk a little bit about Think Joy Media and what is Think Joy Media. So, for those who don't know, my business started about last year. Like literally, it's only like it's still a baby. It's a really pretty baby. So I hope you guys like my baby. But I actually started Think Joy Media because I felt like there was a practical side of that's missing in marketing. A lot of people think like financial and marketing are very similar. They have really crazy slang words that makes things really difficult to understand. But the truth is marketing is actually very simple, and a lot of people actually can use a lot of the skill sets to help grow their business online. For me, I actually created Think Joy Media as a space to create practical, measurable strategies for people who want to grow their business online and have a presence online. The truth is, without you having an online presence and actually getting to use marketing in a way for your business, it won't really grow. Of course, a word of mouth is still a part of marketing as well, still works very efficient into all of our things. But we kind of already know that that's as much as could go so far. It doesn't really go as far unless you are actually being online. Another thing is that Think Joy Media, we're a hybrid between creativity and analytics. So we believe there's a balance between two both, TBH. Like there is no um, measure or strategy that we believe that should involve a practical and a balanced approach. So not only are we extremely creative, but we're also very analytical. The truth is we all kind of use all of our information to make the best decision for you. So that's what Think Joy Media. And you guys can contact us anytime. I'm also always online. I have tons of chat box already installed in my phone and everywhere I go on my site. But overall, we create these kind of workshops to help people understand that marketing is very simple and that you can learn as well. All right. So maybe a little bit about me because I'm generally the main person. Um, I'm Lily or Lily Chavez. I would consider myself a creative marketing strategist. What does that mean? That I actually kind of spend a lot of time do visionary work in my past experience. So I didn't just wake up and wanted to be a marketer. I kind of was those person that I had a very steady linear experience when I look back of it. I studied marketing and I did marketing. That's all I did. So I have about 7, 8 years of experience in marketing and a background in education into marketing, primarily creating strategies and analytical approaches for a lot of businesses. A lot of my background actually came very technical. I got to work with a lot of fintech companies, agencies, and primarily I spent a lot of time deeply understanding customers and personalization. What does that mean? On my day job, I kind of spend a lot of time, picking up all this data information and getting to use that so I can predict pretty much customers' behaviors. I spend a lot of time studying psychology for people in marketing and just kind of finding ways why people buy. And there's a lot of reason why people buy, but there's also psychology, how to make people buy things online or be sold to a story for a business and a brand. And we kind of all know that starting your business, you must be able to sell your business, but you also must be able to sell a story and also relativity to your consumers. So that's extremely important where I come from my background. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. I also have a deep passion for small businesses. I am a small business owner. In fact, we're certified, COVID certified, that is any of it helpful. Women owned, emerging business, small business. We're really proud of just getting to work for small businesses around Oregon. I do also have some clients in LA and New York City. where I actually spend a lot of time with my past clients from my previous experience. So a lot of the times I do get clients over in different states or in different places where they find me online. And of course, other places is multicultural communities. We're really passionate about it because I come from a multicultural background, and we know that segmentation is extremely important whenever you're, talking to related consumers. And so, another thing is we spend a lot of time mission-oriented organizations, people who are looking to, of course, focus on specific businesses that have great value. And that's fun stuff about me. I like my pet cat, and yeah, that's as much as I can say. I like my cat, and I'm always seeking for greater joy in life and finding ways I can be creative in different solutions. So that's a little bit about me. About me, I'll be your facilitator, your talker, your friend for the hour, and I promise you this won't take too long either. So let's get going. So why did I create this webinar or this workshop? To be honest, it's really an introduction. I know a lot of time people kept asking me how I use AI in my marketing, and I didn't really know how to explain it. I was just using the tools already. I actually come from experience as well, creating chat box and as well segmentation and researching them on the background. So I used to spend a lot of time creating workflows for their customers' experiences. When AI kind of launched, my life just got so much more easier. So I want to let you guys know that AI has also not only made my life so much more easier and having to do all the daily tasks, but it also helped me transform a lot of my strategies and finding different ways I can launch campaigns for my clients. So who's this for? It's for people who are just marketing professionals. I might have some marketing professionals coming in and drop in. Some small business owners who want to use marketing AI and how that they can make streamline their process, or just solo entrepreneurs, very much like me or a few people I know who have businesses that they're one employee. You'd be surprised how most businesses now online are actually one employee, and that's actually the new trend, is that one single employee making tons of money on just one business. And that's actually something I was very shocked to know that I was not the only one. So this is really great. Anyways, fast introduction into AI, very simple. We're not going to go too deep into it, and I hope you guys just enjoy. And of course, we'll have more classes like this in the future if you guys enjoy it. All right, so let's break down a little bit the objectives of this workshop. As usual, I like to break down 4 components on this workshop that's really important because we want to get down to the point to, overall the basics and as well what we're here for. So the first part is understanding AI and its marketing basic functions. So this is like 101 AI. A lot of people might come in and ask more deeper questions, and I love that. But I also don't make machine learning AIs. I just use AI. And that's another part. But I definitely do have some answers for those who have a little more specific in depth. I might have it, might not. Who knows? ChatGPT does. But anyways, part 2 is understanding how AI can personalize marketing and includes customer segmentation. And we'll talk more about what that means. That will actually might dive deeper into what marketing really does for people. I gotta say, a lot of people who think marketing, who will kind of think about marketing, think their websites or logos or social media. And I think that's part of marketing. I call those tactics, but in reality, marketing is actually approach of how things are being used within the process. So marketing is much more in depth than your social media posts or your paid advertising. It's how you interact with your consumers online and how you improve their experiences based on their customer journey. And we'll talk more about how marketing is transforming. And reality, it's much more than just having a website or doing digital art, which I still think they're very important, but they're considered tactics within marketing. Anyway, so part 3 is we're going to talk about what just most people are here for is AI content creation and campaign optimization. And that's actually I'll throw some tools here and there about what you can use to make content or help your optimization online, and tools that just be really easy for you to do, and you guys can check out those tools on your free time. I won't be able to dive in all the tools and play with some because they take hours. Let me tell you, I have to sign up and then have to get some examples, but I will throw in my favorite ones, and they're super easy. Majority of these AI functions are actually free for beta versions, or either just free overall. And you probably know some of them too when I share them. Part four is, we're gonna talk a little bit. Part four is gonna be everywhere pretty much. AI tools, techniques for your marketing successes, and ways that you can help your business. Right. All right, so let's talk about AI basics. And this is like the first chapter is what is AI and how is it useful in marketing? We're going to talk about technology and then real life examples how AI is used in marketing. Very simple. So as you can see, this is a really fun deck because the animal actually on the side is like an anime character. It's actually generated by AI. So I think it's called um moxup AI, moxupai.com or .ai. But primarily you can just type in what kind of AI picture you want to generate and it will show up. And I asked for an anime cat with a hat, and it's fun and exciting. And so I decided to add that. So generally you can actually do that for a lot of things now. You can have a bot create photos, content, whatever you want to use. And instead of having to go on Google and steal, GIFs or like me, steal like memes on like a random page on social media, which I don't know if people do that anymore, but I guess I'm a little old fashioned on that. But what is AI? So let's talk about AI. AI is not the crazy robot that you see on TV that's going to take over world domination. It's really just focused on a system based on computer science, and it actually requires human intelligence. So it requires us to actually feed it information and data so it can learn to make better decisions. So overall, a lot of people think that bots exist because they actually don't they just do you think they just exist and know everything? That's not true. To be honest, they need information to gather over time so they can start making decisions. So these bots aren't here just for here, to be honest. Another thing is key characteristics about an AI is that they're actually here to help you, and AI actually spend a lot of time through automation, adaptability, learning capacity, and also processing a lot of data quickly. The best part about AI that's absolutely astonishing, especially for marketers, for me, that makes my life so much more easier, is the amount of data they can quickly process. And actually, marketing involves a lot of data. A lot of people do not know that. We spend a lot of time and information actually looking at data and numbers to prove why our marketing is working. Overall, that's what a good marketer should do. Should look at the numbers if you're performing correctly and reaching your KPI metrics. But overall, the crazy part about AI is just really quick, and you can automate so many things now. You do not need to be there in person. And that will make my life so much more easier over time. So I highly, highly suggest if you guys haven't used AI is to give it a shot. And we'll talk more of ways that you can use it as well. So, why is AI useful? I just kind of talked about a little bit already, and automation is my favorite. Part of my life, actually, long, long time ago, one of my first agency job as a marketer, I was actually an automation specialist. Sounds pretty tight, right? Sounds really cool. But no, it was not automated at all. Like I used to create all the workflows, like the email marketing from the social posting. I would automate all of that so then things will run in the background. So truthfully is they didn't have as much tools and systems created right now when I was an automation specialist. And it was so freaking hard because can you imagine so much time consuming? It did not leave me time a lot to do the part of my job that I love the most and knew I was hired for, which is called strategy and creativity. I want to let you guys know AI will not replace your creativity and your strategy. It's just there to help you make more time sometimes, and also, take over those repetitive tasks for marketing that is really annoying, such as, sending that email notification. If you guys are on my email list or you guys have receiving emails from me, I have a bot doing that. So it kind of helps me create those emails so I don't have to use all my crazy juice power in my brain and and throw it out there. I get to do creative things like actually work on the jobs that I get to do. So that kind of helped me um, you know, save time and my brain power. Um, Personalization, again, personalization is key, 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 key. So a lot of people online, they want to feel special, and I'm not gonna lie, I do too. So when you go online and you get an email that's specifically catered to you and it's relevant, people love it, people love it. But you know what people do not like? When they get information or content that's irrelevant, and we hate that. We unsubscribe all the time. Like sometimes, like, why are you contacting me, right? But we want to get content that's tailored to things that matter to us and offerings. Back in the day, actually, we didn't do that in marketing. So imagine like a big company, Nike back in the day when someone purchased maybe like their Air Forces, everyone get funneled into this one email like database. So you had to spend like one or two bodies or mind sorting through this Excel spreadsheet and categorizing people based on what they bought. Sometimes everyone got a generic email that they bought a shoe. You would get like shoes for men, shoes for women, and like because we couldn't like either had enough time to send you a personalized message, so then you would get it. Now you can, like, if you bought something in like 2 seconds, they would be like, thanks for buying, and then a few minutes later they sent you another one. Pair your white Air Forces, women Air Forces, with your white socks. Like they got so particular with it. But not back in the day, actually wasn't like that. You just got a generic email, and everyone else was just like everyone else. Um, and those people who can create personalized emails or offerings, actually, because they had the team for it, they had the luxury, the money. So that's why they have big marketing teams like from 10-20, is because you needed a lot of people to build those personalization processes. Um, Efficiency, again, we kind of talk a lot about that, how it just makes our life so much more easier and brings us so much more insights when we create decisions. Customer insights, again, we're able to use AI to kind of look at what things are trending right now and even the preferences. So instead of us digging around on, social media and looking at the trends and who's going viral and then copying the viral posts, like, which is all reality, is still a thing people still do. We don't have to. AI just kind of shows us what hashtag or what format is trending right now, and that kind of helps us make this decision. Scalability is the last part, is that you don't need to hire a huge team now. I'm not saying that you don't need to hire an agency or an expert, but you actually can get a lot of things done instead of getting like an assistant, maybe. Back in the day, I used to have an assistant that I used for 1 or 2 hours. Now I have AI answering my emails. Like sometimes they would push up the most important emails to the top. All the rest, you gotta wait. But just but it's true. Like we don't all have the time in the world, but you can create bots that help you, or AI functions that just makes you see what's the most priorities and help you optimize your time. So you can still get a lot of things done with AI, but again, it does not replace expert experiences, creativity, and people who are specifically catered to strategy and work plans. Um, Anyways, so let's talk about the technology. The technology is really cool because AI has three functions that are really important based on their relativity and how important they are. So let's talk about machine learning. Machine learning sounds really cool when you hear about it, ML, but it's reality. It's just a way that they collect data and improve over time. So every AI function, FYI, is actually um, every just AI software and tool, when before they launch, they need data to be collected. So sometimes before a software tool is launched, they actually have tester or beta people sign up to test their products. Why? Because AI needs time to collect information so then it can start suggesting new improvements. So for example, like ChatGPT, I actually, correct me if I'm wrong, you might have you can even Google it now, but previously before ChatGPT, when it released and got really, really hyped, it was only upgraded until 2021. And that was actually you, if you ask anything past 2021, it just didn't know. It's just like, I don't know. I'm up to 2021, like no one has upgraded me past 2021. So like it would just tell you that. I think now it's upgraded until 2023, and we're in 2024. But yeah, it just takes time for it to absorb its time and then provides you the most predictive suggestion or improvement. So again, it also provides other ways for marketers to use customer segmentation, recommendation system, predictive analysis. Those are all funny, exciting things that sounds really cool, but example of this could be like recommendation system might be like your Netflix series, because Netflix is cool, right? You get all the related recommendations, the best ones based on your experience. So this is really extremely important, FYI. So I gotta say that if you don't again, if you don't feed it information, your AI softwares, the less likely you'll know. Okay, so let's talk about natural language processing. Natural language processing is a really cool part because AI also needs to understand how human language is being processed. So a few things about this is that how AI, when you talk to it, like you give it, if you talk to it on like ChatGPT, the more it starts to understand our language, or even Spanish or English, whatever language you get, it needs to be interacted so it could start processing. So what happens, that the cool thing about that is that marketers use that to create chatbots, virtual assistants, content analysis. So back in the day, when I was a marketing automation specialist, I would actually create the chat prompts. When you go on your chat prompts and you're like, hey, and then someone responds back on the chat box and it's like, how are you doing, how can we help you, right? Well, I used to create those prompts, and let me tell you, it sometimes you had to think extremely ahead. um and now we don't really need to think that much. AI already a predictive analysis, or predicts what people would say. So they would prompt suggestions and you just click and fill it in, which is really cool because we used to spend time thinking about like, all right, so what if this person asked this, or like this person asked that and this, but not anymore because ChatGPT or AI in general already suggests that, which makes our life so much more easier. Content analysis is a way that we're able to see content performing the best on social media or any kind of like blogging or articles. I have to tell people, yes, blogging still exists. It's not dead. Actually, blogging is one of the most highest source way people get SEO through the traffic source, if you guys don't know that. So if people who say blogging is dead, no one writes anymore, literally everything is content. Like writing is content. So content is king. If you guys don't know, I sent a newsletter a while ago. If you guys aren't subscribed to my newsletter, you're missing out. But subscribe to a newsletter if you're interested. I send out really weekly in-depth information of how to use marketing in your business and tips and tricks. Sometimes I'm funny on there as well. So next thing is computer vision. Let's talk about computer vision. And I think this is the most important part, where a lot of people think AI only exists because that's what they see. Again, computer vision is just use a lot of their data that's being collected. Again, AI also uses stuff like, if you were to, I don't know, like maybe if this is a good example. A while ago I went to LA, like a week ago I went to LA for a week, and when I went to get um myself like boarding pass and everything to get checked, like I what is that called? Dang, I don't remember what it's called, but when you go to the express line. Anyways, I paid to go to express line, and they like take a photo of you and they generate and look at your face, and then they look at your your ID. You're like, is that really you? But no, reality is that they also use AI recognition to see if that's you. Also, your phone as well use AI recognition when you're trying to open things up. My dad uses it all the time, and he always has. They always forget who the hell he is. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Another thing is product tagging and just a way to organize different products. You can also use that right now on Amazon features. If you guys haven't gone on Amazon and gone on your Amazon app, you can probably click a photo on like the corner in the search bar, and you can actually take a photo of any kind of item, and they'll find something similar like that on Amazon.com, and then you can buy from that. FYI is just really important because if you maybe you go out and you saw like a furniture piece, you want something similar, you can just find something on Amazon for it, which is actually an AI feature. Also, content creation is another part. A lot of people use AI. Like, for example, I made a photo of a generated AI cat or bot, and that kind of helped a lot with developing things in the future. But yeah, you can use that for all these things as well. So let's talk about personalization and customer segmentation in AI. I know that sounds like really crazy deep because it has so many annotations in it, but reality, it's really simple. So reality personalization and customer segmentation is how do we understand our customers better and how do we serve them better? FYI, our customers are important to our business, and I'm sure you know that too if you're running a business or you want to learn about how to, I don't know, like support a business. But your customers are key to developing the type of business you want to. So we'll also let's share a little bit about some how AI is being demonstrated on customer samples. I don't think I'll pull up the sample so I can actually demonstrate it because some of this information are actually private. Like they have like emails, phone numbers, and I'm like, oh yeah, that won't be a good idea. So I'll share you some of the tools that you can use for free, and then on top of that, some that you can experiment on your own. I don't want to be selling people's information online when on this workshop. That'd be weird. So let's talk about discussion, and we'll talk about how AI is making things more personalized, which I kind of already talked a little bit like that, but we're gonna iterate anyways. So, how can AI help you understand your customers better? So, this is super important. Data analysis, because in general, we focus a lot on marketing, ways that we can spend time creating more on creativity and strategy, especially for things social media. So, again, we spend a lot of time just looking at all the data information and best decisions for our consumers. Imagine if you hire a marketer and that just did a social post or a video and you paid for them but you don't know if it did well or not. Like you could have a lot of money go down the drain. You can hire your niece, your nephew to do the same thing, like post something and you don't even know. Like I get a lot of people always tell me like, well, I can make my niece make my website, and I'm like, okay, go make your niece make your website, but like is she doing it right? Like are you gonna get that? Are you going to get that traffic? Are you going to get that promo? Are you going to get your branding? Um, Again, it all depends on what people really want. But data analysis, we kind of spend a lot of time how AI makes our life easier because we can just make less repetitive things like creating a logo or the colors. That problem gets solved really easy for us, and we can actually focus on things that make businesses money. Second part is customer profiling. So customer profiling is really cool because we spend a lot of time tailoring content for individual customers. Again, we spend a lot of time getting to get connected with our customers and client. For example, this webinar was created because people wanted it. People really wanted this webinar, and I have people who are like, can I get the video recording, stuff like that. But we're creating this because people asked for it. And if people are here, thank you so much. And if you aren't, you're missing out. But this information, a lot of people pay to actually learn. So, but we decided to share it here because people really wanted it. Behavioral insights, also another third part, is that data is also here to stay. And the more insights and faster we make our decisions, the better. To be honest, when you work in a digital space, things move really, really fast. Like Next thing you know it, you're a digital marketing junior and now you're an expert and then you're back to junior again. So, like, to be honest, all of these kind of fall into different areas. And to work in marketing and to actually get keep up with your customers and how things are working, you really need to move fast and quick. Not only you make really great decisions, but you need to make the right decisions when it comes to that. So let's talk about how using AI to segment customer or sample basing. Again, I didn't want to share you guys the demo because if I were to show you how to use this tool based on customer segmentation base, I would have people's real info. And and I can't show everyone's real info who subscribe to me. That I think that's illegal. So but there's some places I tell you that you can actually play with dummy numbers. And the places you can play with dummy numbers are kind of like Google Analytics, Tableau, other tools like that. So I use actually Tableau, which is actually I think I'm a queen in Tableau. I'm not gonna lie, I'm the queen there. Which is actually business intelligence software tool. And what it does is it shares you so many customer insights. So I can actually feel like I can predict the future, like when I'm on Tableau. Like you really can sometimes if you have enough information. Tableau also is powered by AI. So what happens is that all the information and data spills to you much more faster and you make probably the best decisions based on research and proven methods before. So you don't have to use brain power to make terrible decisions. But no, but you get again, AI really helps you keep your decisions in your mind intact. So I highly suggest Tableau. Google Analytics is also powered by AI. You probably know G4 is launched, and that is sometimes a beast. Sometimes I'm in there, I'm like, what is this? But you're forced to learn G4 if you're a marketer. You also, if you've been in regular Google Analytics and you have to transfer to G4, the migration sometimes could be a headache. Like, let me tell you the migration. But I had to do it with so many of my clients where I have to migrate the Google Analytics to G4 and learn some of the tactics. And in fact, it was hard, but Google Analytics has cool AI features, and you probably know Bar and all the Google tools that they seem to sell and have a whole monopoly on. Yeah, those are really cool. Another my fave thing is called PKI, and PKI is really cool because you can actually go look at more customer researching. They actually have statistical analysis how people in certain segments are performing, and it's really interesting because they do research on like the most really niche people. Like I don't know, like maybe you got to go look at it. Also, if you guys listen to Nelson, Nelson Research is also a really great place, and they actually research on specific populations and their consumer and psychology. So if you're a nerd like me, go check those out. Image imitation is actually another cool one. It kind of falls in between marketers and analysts, and then also product developers and software people. So this is a really cool thing that marketers are kind of becoming product managers, and we're kind of like in between. So segmentation is actually really important when it comes to inspecting certain areas of products and through software. So some marketers are actually chilling on that side now and converted into the tech area. So anyways, but I want to share that if anyone who's in that space. But anyways, segmentation tools are just a way for us to separate people and to get people into different areas and browsing behaviors. So that's actually really cool if you guys are interested. So let's talk about a little bit, how does AI marketing make things more personalized? Again, it all begins through custom campaigns. When it comes into marketing, you can actually focus on a lot of strategy and planning. But in relativity, when you customize campaign, we can create product recommendations. Generally, that means we can tailor offerings to specific people and again, personalize through the marketing. You can actually make workflows for specific groups now very easily rather than have to manually send people off on different emails. Like for example, I have a newsletter, if you guys don't know, but everyone is segmented based on the areas of the industries and things that they're interested in. So people get different emails when they sign up for me because I personalize them. So I definitely know that some people get more specific emails, and some people might get non-related emails, stuff like that. But it's because I'm able to use AI to help me create branches and workflows. Also, if you guys sign up for my newsletter on my website, you on thinkjoymedia.com, you also get a newsletter right away, which is really cool. Or it takes a tad bit minutes to get there. But dynamic content is another way that we also use AI to make personalized content. You probably be hanging out on TikTok. I don't know if you guys have, but TikTok is dynamic content. So what happens when you go on TikTok, it just starts to rapidly collect information from you. So the longer you're on the app, the better TikTok performs. They have an AI feature where they provide the most relevant content for you. And people call it the algorithm, which is the algorithm, but also is powered by AI. So they show the most captivating content that's dynamic based on your interests and what you behave in. So they love that. They love the longer you're on there, the more content they give you that gets you addicted. And the thing about marketers, we want you to stay. We want you to stay on the app forever. And we also want your information, stuff like that. It's stuff like that. So TikTok and all these social apps are doing a really great job on that. But that's what they do. So customer journey mapping, again, my favorite. It's we get to understand when's the best time to engage with them and what leads to marketing strategies. I do have someone that I'm following. I don't know, on YouTube. I forgot his name, but he actually sends out email newsletters like at 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. And you probably think, why? Like, why? Because most of his consumers are gamers and they're up that late, like legit, they're up that late, and they get emails around 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, and he had the high open rate. That means people are engaging during that time. But he wouldn't actually know if he didn't plug in his AI feature, because wouldn't also be able to see how when people is a great time to interact. For example, if I were to send you guys a newsletter at 1 a.m., you'll be like, what is she doing? You probably like, what is this, an error? Right? You'll probably think about that. But obviously I don't send my newsletter past 1 a.m. Usually get it around the evening. Like, well, early, like 11 to 2 is the good time I send my email newsletters. But I wouldn't know that unless I got my AI feature to help me. Another thing is content creation. So content creation is really cool. You can create tons of also cool things, mostly like social media posts where generally people are really excited about, and automating your tests. You're automating pretty much all your tasks and everything about you working in social media or just content creation. You don't actually have to be there or do any content really. There's just so many, just I don't even know. Like, there's just so many accounts that don't even have faces anymore. They're called faceless accounts, and they generally have maybe an AI bot doing their work, or they have an AI um, creating content for them, but none of the work is actually real. They are generated through AI, and people make thousands of dollars making faceless accounts. And majority of the time, I gotta say, like, there is a statistic saying that there's like 30+% of the people online are just bots. They're not real people. They're just not real people. Majority of the traffic source too are a lot of bots. So AI actually, the cool part about when it comes to AI, they created a traffic source verifier, so they're able to identify bots on your website and actually show you the true traffic source. As you can imagine, you don't want your traffic to be inflated, and you also don't want to have fake traffic, because it'd be difficult for you to determine what is real, right? You want real organic traffic to see how you're performing on your website or on your socials. You just don't want to inflate the numbers, because it's very difficult. If you do inflate the numbers, then you will make decisions that are inflated, and which is really difficult when you're a marketer, because you could lose money, you could lose time, you can even lose sleep. So stuff like that. But that's one way how people use AI to kind of help clean things up. But a lot of people online are not just bots. Let's talk about discussions, limitations of AI and content creation, and how a lot of though there's a lot of benefits for it. There's also cons to it, and we'll talk more deeper. Some of the AI tools I talk about automation creation and making videos. If you guys haven't noticed yet, but these photos, like I don't know, you probably see the guy on the computer and the hand on the photo and someone typing, right? If you guys didn't notice, that is actually not real. The guy is not a real guy. He's actually an AI person that created. And you probably, if you guys were here for the whole presentation, you'll probably see a very similar photo like that. So, for example, if I were to go back, you probably see this same guy, AI guy, actually typing. He's not real. Like he's not a real person. He's my AI bot. Uh, I created him, and I actually have so many photos of him just doing something, whatever I type in. But he's not a real person. I just created a series of him all throughout this slide. All these photos too are actually AI generated. They're not real photos. And most of the photos I actually use are not real either. But like it's because it fits with this kind of, theme. But anyways, this is all these photos are generated through AI, and you can use tools like Jasper, Copy.ai, ChatGPT are popular examples that kind of use information, that you can use for your site. How I end up using this one is just called autoimage.ai, and you can look them up as well, and you can make really great photos of them. I think they probably make the best photos so far. I've tried so many AI images. They give me like a weird conclusion. Like I'll ask for cat sitting in the park, and then they give me like my cat looking all crooked and stuff and like missing a toe or something. It's really funny, and you're like, no, that's not it. Like, so again, like AI is still in beta mode. It's still in beta mode. On some of them are just not that great. Mhm. So some examples how AI is transforming space is social media. Social media also can use you can use AI tools to schedule and just make content posts automatically. Pretty much save time and ensuring consistency. Of course, that features actually always exist before AI, but the best part now that AI does is that they suggest the time to post and suggest when to post or how many times. So the back in the day, so many marketers, social media manager will be like, post every day, be online all the time, which is still true and not true, right? But AI, now that if you ever go on like Hootsuite or like Lumi, these are all social media platforms that you can go look into, and generally they are scheduling tools. And back in the day, you just schedule them and post them, and hopefully they show up on your page. But or you can just post directly on your app, which is a pain. I'm not gonna lie, it's really a pain. Um, Back in it now, AI just kind of tells you, hey, this is a great time to post, or you should post this much time so people actually like it when you post this much time. This is really cool. Email marketing, which I do, is again, it personalizes a customer's behavior and how things people are going. My favorite place to be is email marketing because no matter where you guys are at, if you have social media following or if you maybe hang out on a different page, you'll actually never get to own anything besides your email list. I'm not gonna lie. For example, I've met some people who had their TikTok maybe thousands of followers, but they end up actually getting their account banned. I don't know. They did something. They did a violation or some. I don't know what happened to them, but their whole account gets shut down, and that's all of their followers. They did not have any of their followers move to their website, to their newsletter, to really anything. So the best place that you actually get to own, the only place actually you get to own, is actually your email marketing. So I highly suggest if you guys don't have an email marketing is to do that. The last part is a chat box. You can create your own chat box, and they can already have automated prompts that are created for you, a workflow, so you don't have to think so much about it. Again, save some power in your mind. And the cool part is that it also reduces a lot of work, a lot of your work. I have a chat right now on my website, but I'm creating the chat box right now so it could just prompt when I'm sleeping, right? People can visit my page at a time I'm not there and they could figure out information. Um, that's probably what I'm currently doing now. It does take time, but it's much more easier from previously before. Now you have standards and things that just work really easy. So the best part is that you don't need to also be a coder anymore. A lot of people thought you needed a code to build a chatbot, you need a code to build a website, you need a code to, I don't know, sometimes do other stuff when it comes to marketing, but not anymore. Like all these are streamlined and tools that are simple and easy for you on hand. So let's talk about the last slide, and we're about to wrap up now. And again, we're going to talk about benefits and limitations. Benefits and limitations is actually extremely important, and I think all of these are really fall underneath for all marketing and all forms of that. But benefits and limitation could be pros: efficiency, consistency, cost effectiveness. Like we know that AI saves so much time, it seems just save us so much energy. It makes our life easy as a marketer, but also it makes things just so super, I don't know, easier to adapt. We don't need to go outsource a lot of people anymore. Like previously, um, if you worked in an agency, you had over 2,000 employees, overhead costs. And if you can imagine, that is really expensive for a business owner, especially if you're a small business owner. Hiring your first employee is extremely hard. And then having to hire more people. And then when you guys aren't getting returns or rate, like it's very difficult to keep people on roll when you don't have much money. Like the thing about AI that it helped a little bit of businesses save money and costs. Is it ethical? A lot of people might actually ask. That's the con. Ethical considerations. Does it do we really forget the human touch, or do we actually don't care about other people? Stuff like that. Like there's just so many ethical considerations that people are talking about AI and how it could be against their values or so to use AI. Sometimes I gotta say, does have limitation and lack of awareness in people because it's a bot, like it's not a person. Like AI does not care. AI is gonna generate and like the people who actually are responsible for AI are actually the creators, and are a lot of them are actually working to make it much more easier and more, I guess, fair or more ethical. But AI again is just a bot, and everything that we feed to AI is reality what it throws back out. So whatever inputs is an output. So yeah, AI cannot function without people. And but I know for a fact that AI is going to be here for, it's going to stay. Like it's not going anywhere. Like people have used it in so many different ways, and it has existed even before it got trendy. So AI is, yes, definitely here to stay. I think the most important part is that we need to learn how to use it, and how ways that as marketers or even for your business to excel in any kind of way. Because if people who are afraid of learning about AI or don't want to learn AI right now will be behind in time. Classes like this right now, AI is really fun and easy to jump on board, and most time free, or sometimes they cost a penny. But by the time people want to actually catch up on AI, they might be a little too late. It might be extremely saturated. It's the old things that they wanted to know is not there available. People are more advanced. People could lose out of work. They lose opportunity. There's just so many places that people don't understand that AI is extremely important, that it might not always apply to your exact job role, but it's really important to understand the fundamentals and how possibly you can use it maybe in the future. Other things that the cons about AI is that it does lack creativity. Again, it does not replace any of your creativity, none of your strategists, none of the expertise experience that you have. It just, for me, particular, I like to believe it highlights a lot of your experience and helps you in general. Of course, AI is a bot. It still has a lot of errors. It's still on beta. It's still on growing and developing. So have some grace for the bot. I gotta say, it's just a machine and it's learning, and that's what's called machine learning, right? It's still processing all the data at the same time. So don't expect it to be perfect at the moment. But it could help you still at some level, save you some time and energy. All right, so we're here on the last part, which is Q&A, and next steps. Of course, everyone's happy to always ask their questions online. If you have questions, feel free to drop in the chat. If not, it's great too. You can always email contact@thinkjoymedia.com. So I want to also leave guys with some tips for AI. AI, again, is not here to replace your expertise or your skill set. It's actually here to highlight your skill sets and amplify it. Those who are here who are learning about I must say, will be in a competitive advantage because those who don't know will be possibly left behind. Very sad. But the truth is, AI is here to help develop your skill set and be. Oh, thank you so much, Davey, too. I'm so glad you're able to watch. Hopefully, this was helpful for you. It's really short, brief presentation, but AI is here to help you develop a lot of skill sets. And I must say, we live in a very spectacular time, not going to lie. Um, the internet world is so open, and no matter how much money you're making or where you're at right now or what kind of space you're in, AI is accessible to everyone. There was a time where a lot of tools and technology was it. Now it's free zone. Like, it's literally open to the world and you can use it for anything. There's so many people who build businesses just simply off of AI, and they have made a living for it, and they're able to do and live their life that they want. In fact, AI has generally made one of the ultimate equalizers in the economy for a lot of young individuals or people who are just want to start change for their life. I think if you're tech savvy or you love technology or any level of AI feature, it could be really helpful for you. To be honest, like if you work in data, numbers, online, technology, even in just basic consumers and insights, like it's extremely important. All right, so I also want to invite you guys to our next event. Before you guys go, we have our next event, how to build a marketing plan and strategy. So this event, it's one of my favorites, is going to be in a month or two, so I highly suggest you guys sign up. I'll drop it in the chat. This is all really very simple, how to create a campaign for you to help your business grow. To be honest, we'll talk a lot about how you can build your marketing goals and objectives and ways you can develop a marketing plan, how to execute your strategy. The truth is, you need a marketing plan or strategy when you're developing your business. And because you won't know a sense of direction. That's really is what it is. Without a plan, there is not much progress. So I always tell people you need to outline and highlight the things you really want to do for your business and ways to grow. So before we jump into the shiny things like social media or your website, which I think they're all really important, I think you should start those out. You should always have your website and you do your social media, but also really think about how does this help me in my plan and how does this develop in my business. Of course, marketing actually starts after you develop your website. Marketing actually starts actually after you post your social. It's what you do during the time to communicate with your customer the value you bring in your business. So that is something I want to share. It's going to be on July 9th, online as usual. Stay home and relax. We're not going anywhere. So it's going to be at home, 6 p.m. Feel free to subscribe, join the plan, and as well, if you guys haven't had the opportunity to join, let's see, where's my other page? Oh yeah. If you guys also can subscribe to the newsletter down there. The newsletter is where I also keep update you guys where it says if we run into an issue on MailChimp. No, there's no issue. You can click on it. Anyways, but subscribe to our newsletter and we'll also share you more fun stuff that's coming up in the future. We also share you ways that you can build your business and also some tips and tricks. But anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. And again, if you guys have more questions, feel free to contact thinkjoymedia.com or give us a ring. We'll always be around. You'll probably see me too. I'll be here. I'll be here and there. Think Joy Media is here to create and develop together. Again, visit us at thinkjoymedia.com or contact us at contact@thinkjoymedia.com. Until next time, I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you guys enjoy the really nice weather. And I told you, I promise you, I promise you guys, it's gonna be for an hour. Till next time, bye.